After a decade-long ban, congressional earmarks returned in 2021, and the pork barrel spending, it is running rampant, folks. This year, 24 senators on both sides requested millions in earmarks for the universities they attended as students. And joining us now to discuss this is OpenTheBooks.com's Deputy Public Policy Editor, Rachel O'Brien. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Morning, Jan.
I like looking at this pork barrel spending because you look at it and you go, is this for real? Because it's a lot of money. Let's talk about how much was requested and how much of that came from alumni who are now senators.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is real. So $3.7 billion in total for earmarks were requested for universities. Now, 17% of that, $636 million, were requested by those 24 senators who attended those universities, right? Those are their alma maters. So 13 Democrats, 11 Republicans, but Republicans requested the vast majority of it. 74% of that actually came from Republicans.
How large are the earmarks that senators are requesting at this point for their alma maters?
Yeah, so when we look at the full $3.7 billion in earmarks for universities, the average earmark is about $3 million. But if you're looking at just these alumni who are asking for their universities, about $5 million on average, so much larger. Now, these are just requests. Not every earmark request will be signed into law. Congress has been adding and removing earmarks from the proposed budget for weeks. But senators on both sides of the aisle, they're trying their best to gift federal funds to their schools. And, you know, we hear a lot about the rhetoric of the emergency spending votes, preventing a government shutdown. But behind the scenes, it is business as usual for these earmarks.
Meantime, some of these endowments are in the billions for some of these schools. Yeah. What are the worst examples of giving taxpayer money to your former university?
Mitch McConnell, he's retiring at the end of this term, right? He has requested 7 earmarks worth $165 million. So no senator requested more money for college than he did for the University of Louisville, $100 million. That's where he got his bachelor's degree. He also requested $65 million for the University of Kentucky, where he graduated from their law school. And so his image as a fiscal conservative has long clashed with his massive earmark requests. Back when the earmarks were banned in 2010, he supported this ban. He even continued to support it for years, even after the ban was lifted. But he is back to his old ways. So $165 million there. Another Republican, Senator Jim Justice from West Virginia, he requested earmarks worth almost $58 million for Marshall University that he graduated from. A Democrat, Senator Patty Murray of Washington State, she requested $51 million in earmarks for her alma mater, Washington State University. She only requested $14.5 million for the University of Washington, which is much larger than Washington State University. University of Washington has 3 times as many students, but far less money because that's not where she went to school, right? So the government will shut down at the end of the month if there's no deal. We saw yesterday Senate Democrats agree to a deal with the White House. We still have the House of Representatives needs to pass those bills. So unfortunately for taxpayers, these earmarks appear to be one of the few items that lawmakers from both parties support.
And you have to question why there was even a deadline, why this ban was even lifted to begin with. Because as you said, for a whole decade, they couldn't do this. And all of a sudden now they can because they don't want to reinstate this ban. So
they want their pork back.
They want their pork back. All right. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm. OpenTheBooks.com's Deputy Public Policy Editor, Rachel O'Brien. Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jan, as always.